Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Cycle on Global Television. We're coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agaba. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nightcomsat. President Bola Tinubu has officially sworn in the 7 newly appointed ministers recently confirmed by the Senate after screening in a ceremony held at the council chamber of Aso Rock Villa. The swearing-in follows the dismissal of 5 previous ministers by President Tinubu about 2 weeks ago, after which he nominated these new officials to fill the vacancies and expand his cabinet. The newly appointed ministers are Dr. Nentawe Yiwada, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Muhammadu Megari Dingyadi, the Minister of Labour and Employment, and Bianca Odinaka Odumegu Ojukwu, Minister of State, Foreign Affairs, Dr. Jumoke Oduwole, Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Ide Mukhtar Meha, Minister of Livestock Development, Yusuf Abdullahi Atta, Minister of State, Housing and Urban Development, and Dr. Suwaiba Said Ahmed, Minister of State Education. The new ministers are expected to immediately begin their roles and contribute to the administration's goals in their respective areas. President Bola Tinubu has reminded the newly sworn-in ministers that they will be abused and criticized, but asked them to remain focused and not distracted. The president made the call while swearing in 7 ministers at the presidential villa, Abuja, saying that his administration has stopped scavengers of the nation's resources and will completely do the same thing to profiteers and smugglers across the country. He says he was obvious of the fact that cost of living has gone up, adding that the present situation calls for serious commitment. He also added his administration would not run away from the challenges and responsibilities, just as he assured that he would face them headlong. The Office of the Accountant General of the Federation has confirmed the deactivation of the Integrated Personnel and Payroll Information System, IPPIS, for federal tertiary institutions. This follows the federal government's decision to remove these institutions from the IPPIS platform. Director of Press and Public Relations at the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, Bawa Mokwa, stated this, adding that November salaries for FTIs would be processed through the Government Integrated Financial Management Information System, GIFMIS. Institutions are required to prepare their payrolls in Excel format and submit them to IPPIS for verification and validation. The House of Representatives Committee on Renewable Energy says it will investigate the usage of $2 billion renewable energy grants to the country. Chairman of the committee, Victor Afam, in a statement issued in Abuja, says the public hearing scheduled for November 5th and 6th will cover the period from 2015 to 2024. He alleged that investments meant for the development of the renewable energy sector in Nigeria had not made a commensurate impact on the country's energy security challenges, adding that MDAs with dealings in investment, procurement and receipt of grants for the development of the renewable energy sector will be investigated. The Senate, in a bid to establish a safer and more profitable mining sector, has vowed to eliminate illegal mining activities that have been depriving the federal government of significant revenue and contributing to food and physical insecurity across the country. Chairman of the State Senate Committee on Solid Minerals, Senator Samson Ekong, who led a delegation to Niger State to investigate the recent collapse of a mining pit that claimed around 30 lives, emphasized that illegal and unregulated mining operations are major obstacles to realizing the multi-billion-dollar potential of Nigeria's minerals sector. He, however, stated that the Senate remains committed to creating legislative solutions to support the growth and safety of Nigeria's mining industry. The Niger State Governor, Mohammed Umaru Bago, in his response to the committee's visits, expressed the state's readiness to work with the National Assembly to enact laws that will reform the mining sector, benefiting all stakeholders. The Public Accounts Committee of the House of Representatives clarified, contrary to reports, that it has not accused the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission of involvement in a 32 billion naira revenue leak scandal or failure to comply with Treasury single account protocols. A statement released by the chairman of the Public Accounts Committee, Bamidele Salam, made available to newsmen, indicated that the matter was addressed during a hearing on the Auditor General's report before the committee. In the statement, Bamidele noted the committee's focus is on safeguarding public interest, particularly in terms of revenue generation, and stressed the committee had not made any allegations of financial misconduct against the NUPRC. Ahead of the upcoming festive season, the federal government, through the Federal Road Maintenance Agency, FEMA, has launched a major road repair initiative to improve traffic flow across federal highways nationwide. During the flag-off of Operation Connect to Your Destination Phase 2 in Kano State, the Managing Director, FEMA, Engineer Chukwuemeka Agbasi, outlined the project's targets. He says by the end of the exercise, FEMA aims to patch 18,850 square meters of road surface, rehabilitate over 12,000 failed sections, complete 2,700 square meters of road overlay, and make 653 kilometers of road motorable. Agbasi further explained that Operation Connect to Your Destination is designed to enhance journey times and alleviate traffic congestion during the festive period. The Court of Appeals sitting in Abuja has discharged and acquitted former Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Walter Onoge, of the charge that led to his removal from office in 2019. Recall that former President Muhammadu Buhari had suspended Onoge from office as the CJN and sworn in the next most senior jurist of the Supreme Court, Justice Tanko Mohammed. Onoge's suspension came barely 8 hours after he announced his decision to inaugurate judges who would preside over election petition tribunals, and was later convicted by the Code of Conduct Tribunal on the 6-count corruption charge that was preferred against him by the federal government. In the meantime, 6 years after his conviction, a 3-man panel of the Court of Appeal, led by Justice Mohammed Bello, acquitted the ex-CJN following a settlement agreement the federal government entered with him. President Bola Tinubu, through the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Prince Lateef Fagbemi, persuaded the appellate court to halt further hearing of 3 separate appeals the former CJN filed to challenge his removal, conviction, and seizure of his assets. As the November 16th gubernatorial election in Ondo State draws closer, members of the Ebira community in the state have endorsed Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa as their preferred candidate. Governor Usman Ododo of Kogi State, who led the gathering of Ebira indigents in Owo, spoke passionately on behalf of the community, drawing support for Governor Aiyedatiwa. Kike Lomo Okere completes the report.
It is a moment of jubilation and excitement in Iborokpa, Akonu, and Ikare Akoko Northeast as the campaign tour of Governor Lucky Orimisan Aiyedatiwa, candidate of All Progressive Congress in November 16th governorship election in Ondo State, touched Akoko Northeast local government. At Ikare Akoko, headquarters of the local government, Governor Aiyedatiwa received royal blessings from Olukare of Ikare, Oba Kadri Momo, and the Owa Ale of Ikare, Oba Adeleke Adedoyin. His Royal Highness Olukare of Ikare, Oba Kadri Momo, appeals to the governor to help in curbing the menace of kidnapping and insecurity in the region.
In this terrain, I want to crave your indulgence to chronicle few of our challenges. We have said them before and we will not be tired of repeating them. Mr. Governor, this is not the first time you are coming to us. In the extreme buffer point there, linking Kogi, we have the greatest challenge there is kidnapping, insecurity, and mostly there are people coming from Abuja or from other axes from the east through Kogi. Usually they are kidnapped. The people look around there despite the military and police checking points. Kidnappers look around there to cause mayhem. And we'll be happy if you can look into that aspect.
Governor Aiyedatiwa highlighted the overwhelming support from the communities as a testament to the positive impact his administration has made in Ondo State. Governor Aiyedatiwa expressed gratitude for the warm reception and royal blessings. The governor assures that the request made by the royal fathers will be granted and incorporated into the 2025 budget, stressing the government's responsibility to ensure equitable development across the state.
Same language. It is a case of all of them, as if they have discussed, they have agreed with one mind that the election, the governorship election for November 16, 2024, the votes will be given to my party, APC. That is the voice of the traditional rulers, the voice of the chiefs, the voice of the women and all the youth.
During the tour, Honorable Stephen Olamija, a former House of Representative member for Akoko North-East, North-West Federal Constituency, Lekan Bada, former chairman Akoko North-East and candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the last House of Reps by election in the constituency, and another notable PDP leader, Momo Mufu, also known as Akmongon, defected to APC and were received into the party by the governor. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has assured residents of Akoko North-East that if elected, his administration will redouble efforts to prioritize the welfare of every citizen in Ondo State. The governor, alongside his deputy and running mate, Olaide Adelami, made this known when they visited Akoko North-East local government area of the state. Again, here is Kike Lomo Okere with the rest of the story.
It is a carnival-like atmosphere at our community as the campaign tour of Governor Lucky Orimisan Aiyedatiwa, candidate of All Progressive Congress, touched the campaign ground. Kogi State Governor Usman Ododo says the entire Ibira community across Ondo State have resolved to support and vote for All Progressive Congress in the coming election in the state.
We all know him. He has been tested and can be trusted. We want continuity. We want consolidation. And he has started very, very well. My brother, I want to tell you that the Ebira community, the Igala community, and the Oku community in Ondo State, they are 100% behind you.
In his response, Governor Aiyedatiwa expressed gratitude for the community's support and praised President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's commitment to Ondo State's economic development. He also commended Governor Ododo for his exemplary leadership. Reflecting on the APC primary election in Ondo State, which Governor Ododo chaired, Governor Aiyedatiwa expressed confidence in a fair and transparent electoral process in November 16th.
Let me also tell you, Alhaji Usman, that even before Mr. President became the president of this country about 2 years ago, he has always shown interest in the political and economic development of Ondo State. At every governorship election, Since I met him in 2012, he has always been interested in who becomes the governor of Ondo State, so that he can contribute and give his support to the economic development of the state.
The Deputy Governor of Ondo State, Dr. Olaide Adelami, whose local government hosted the rally, thanked Governor Ododo for his love for Aiyedatiwa and the APC. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
National Orientation Agency, NOA, has concluded plans to commence a nationwide birth registration social mobilization drive. NOA Director General Malam Lanre Isa Onilu, represented by Director of Special Duties and State Operations David Akoji, says the agency is focused on registering children aged 0 to 5 years and providing them with a national identification number, NIN, free of charge. He stressed that the NOA, in partnership with the National Population Commission, NPC, and UNICEF, is launching a nationwide birth registration social mobilization drive aimed at ensuring every child in Nigeria has access to essential services like education, healthcare, and social protection. He noted that the agency is focusing on registering all children aged 0 to 5 and providing them with an NIN free of charge. Ahead of the 2027 general election, youths from the 19 northern states converged in Kaduna, for a summit. The Northern Youth Summit, organized by the National Youth Alliance, NYA, with an outcome unanimously pushing for a new Nigeria. Speakers at the summit spoke on the need to be united on a formidable front and support a young individual who will occupy the exalted position of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria come 2027, as they blame the country's economic woes on a lack of ideas for moving forward. In an interview with newsmen, the NYA President Aliyu bin Abbas lamented that Nigeria's present political leadership is out of tune with citizens' hardships, noting that the alliance is a movement that aims to bring a new Nigeria that will work for all. You're watching News Cycle on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. When News Cycle returns, Finance Minister Wale Edun says Nigeria's economy on new investment threshold. Details of this, as well as foreign and sports stories, coming right after this break. Please stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. If you've just joined us, this is Global Television bringing you live broadcast of the news cycle. In business, the Dangote Group has, in response to recent criticisms from petroleum industry associations, defended the pricing and quality of premium motor spirits supplied by its refinery. The group, in a statement by its Chief Branding and Communications Officer, Anthony Chiejina, addressed claims made by the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, and the Petroleum Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria, Petron, which suggested that imported PMS could be sold at a cheaper rate than what Dangote offers. He argued that such claims are misleading, potentially involving substandard products that could harm consumers and vehicles alike, maintaining that its products are more competitively priced than imported alternatives. While highlighting its commitment to affordable pricing, he revealed that it is set its PMS price lower than the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation's post-deregulation benchmark. Chiejina noted that Dangote supplies PMS at 960 naira per litre for ships and 990 naira for trucks, in comparison to NNPC's prices of 971 naira and 990 naira respectively. Electricity consumers in the Federal Capital Territory on Band A have appealed to the federal government to lower the high tariff amid the economic hardship. Band A customers are those who enjoy at least 20 hours of electricity daily and are expected to pay 209.5 naira per kilowatt hour. The consumers who live at Lugbe Area 10, Akpo Resettlement Area and environments, speaking to newsmen, say the Band A was okay because they enjoy constant power supply, but added that the tariff was too high and they will not cope with the present situation. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edu, says Nigeria's economy is now at a new dawn of the threshold to attract investment. The minister, speaking while welcoming the Minister of State for Finance, Doris Uzoka Anite, who assumed office at the ministry in Abuja, says the two reforms, which are the removal of fuel subsidy and the market-determined foreign exchange rate, had opened the Nigerian economy to investors. According to the minister, all will be well as the ministry moves forward together to help in the completion of the ongoing economic reforms, which are showing sustainability and signs of success. On the foreign scene, an Iranian Revolutionary Guards general and pilot were killed in a helicopter crash during an anti-terror operation in the country's resty southeast. State media reports say the ultralight gyroplane of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps had an accident while conducting combat operations in a border area. It says the crash happened in Sekan, a city in Sistan, Baluchistan province, and identified the dead as General Hamid Mazandarani, the commander of the Nineveh Brigade of Golstan province, and Hamed Jandagi, a pilot of the IRGC ground forces. While Spanish rescuers are focusing their search for missing people, underground garages and a multi-story car park following last week's devastating flood in Valencia. It is feared shoppers and workers were trapped inside the car park at a shopping mall in Aldea on the outskirts of Valencia as flood water deluged the area. Police have confirmed that no victims were located in the first 50 vehicles inspected at the site, but reports suggest these vehicles were found near the entrance to the car park, and much of the rest of it is still submerged and yet to be explored. Israel says that it had formally notified the United Nations of its decision to sever ties with the agency supporting Palestinian refugees. The United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestinian Refugees, after lawmakers voted to ban the organization. The Foreign Ministry say in a statement that the instruction of Foreign Minister Israel Katz, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs notified the UN of the cancellation of the agreement between the State of Israel and UNRWA. Israel's parliament last month approved the proposal to shut down UNRWA's operation in Israel and occupied East Jerusalem, despite condemnation from the international community, including its ally, the United States. In sports, following the verdict delivered by the Confederation of African Football in response to the complaints lodged by the Nigeria Football Federation over the recent inhumane treatment meted out to the Super Eagles in Libya, members of the Nigerian community have reported mass arrests and fines in the country. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has reaffirmed the government's commitment to protecting its citizens in Libya. The ministry, in a statement signed by its spokesperson, Eche Abuobe, confirmed that Nigerians in Libya are safe and going about their daily activities without interference. A ministerial committee established by former Sports Minister John Eno has uncovered serious administrative failings that contributed to Team Nigeria's poor showing at the Paris 2024 Olympics. The committee, led by Dr. Mumuni Alao, recommended a $5,000 compensation for Nigerian sprinter Favour Ofili. According to the committee findings, the fee should be paid by the AFN as a consequence for its negligence According to reports, the committee has submitted its report with the recommendation likely being one of the first tasks for the Shehu Diko-led National Sports Commission to address. Ofili, who qualified for the 100-meter event in Paris 2024, was denied the chance to race in the event at the Games because her name was omitted from Nigeria's official entry list. That's it on the news cycle, and it came to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365, on Star Times channel 276, and free to air on Nightcomsat. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. I'm Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching and see you again.